So you already know how we do. We get right into it. My hair is 2.5, 3 weeks post wash and retwist. Haven't really been doing much with it. Usually just wear it down with a side part. Yeah. A lot of my locks are budding, thickening up, maturing, My parts are still visible for the most part. I'm just loving how it's coming along so far. I think my hair is maturing really nicely. I'm loving how it looks. It's the color of love. In the back, I feel like the locks are locking faster. But actually, I do have some in the middle and like on my crown that are pretty like. And as you can see, I really didn't get any, I really didn't get any unraveling. All my locks look like they're intact in their respective sections. And we looking good. So I did air dry for maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I think moving forward, I'm gonna do that because it did cut down on the drying time significantly. And it was just a little bit more comfortable to do my hair without like water splashing everywhere. I believe I have fine strands with high density. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it seems like. I'm not really too well versed in the hair typing chart or system, but that's what I think I got. I'm not even sure what hair type I have, like 4C or AB 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. These two are the only two locks that kind of unraveled. I mean, they're kind of still in their respective sections, but you got a little bit of unraveling. And this is one of the locks that I had to 2-strand twist. A little bit of budding. You see it. You see it. Let's get into it. We're gonna start in the back and work our way to the front, row by row. And these are the products that I use: shea butter, a blend of oils, and plain tap water. Obviously, we got the clips. So I mostly focus the water on the roots, and then I dampen the length of the hair just to seal in the moisture with some oil. Make sure my part is somewhat straight. I'm not really going hard for the parts. It's not that serious. Oil the scalp, oil the roots a little bit, and then we gotta oil the length of the hair. And then before I retwist, I separate each lock from its neighboring lock. Don't do what I'm doing here. Just pulling, like just straight trying to pull and pop your locks is not what you need to do. Don't do this. And I'm still doing it. Just stop. Don't do this. You want to do this. It's like a plucking method or plucking motion. And I don't know why, but when you just pluck, the hairs just come out. They just go to their respective sections. Look, that was so easy. And it doesn't hurt. Just a little bit of shea butter, and we focus it mostly or entirely on the root. Massage it in a little bit and get to twisting. So I kind of flat twist the root because my parts are rectangular, and it's just easier that way, and I feel like I get all the hairs to go in the direction I need it to. And then we locksmith the length of the hair. I don't really know how to explain locksmithing or like the motion that you do with your hands, but the idea is you want to push and pull. So we're going to push the straight hairs over the lock and then pull them under. In turn, end up just wrapping the straight hairs around the lock, and it just makes it look a little bit more uniform and neat, in my opinion. And that's what we do for the majority of the locks. Most of them require some locksmithing. Flat twist the root, and once we get to the shaft, we got a locksmith. And then we clip. I feel like clip placement is the most important thing. If you don't clip your roots tight or taut, your retwist is gonna look trash, in my opinion at least. It's not like you did mad work for nothing. You didn't secure it in place. You see the button, you see it, you see it. all my locks are going to the right, so I have to make sure that I'm twisting to the right. And the locksmithing does help me make sure that I'm twisted in the right direction. Because if I use my left hand to locksmith and I retwisted it to the left, I'll notice that my locks they start to unravel, meaning I went in the wrong direction. So this can kind of helps me make sure that all my locks are doing what they need to be doing. I did clip my bottom row to the shirt. No, after that, after this row, I really didn't need to. I really didn't clip the length of my locks. I feel like the locksmithing takes care of most of the frizz. We're halfway there. We're halfway there. And as you can see, it takes me hours to do this. But we're not going to give up. We're going to get through it. Like I said, I'm not really too crazy on parts. I just make sure it looks decent, you know. Same process as before, wet the roots and a little bit of the length of the hair. Oil that scalp. And then we gotta put some oil in our hands for the length of the hair, just to seal in that moisture. I notice when I do this, I don't really have to moisturize my hair throughout the weeks in between retwisting. It stays pretty moisturized for the most part. And then the oil and water helps me able to separate the hairs a little bit easier. So I'm gonna show you in real time how long it takes me to separate the hairs. With that little plucking motion, you just do it and we done. I'm getting impatient and my arms are hurting, but do as I say, not as I do. And I promise you, it doesn't hurt. My arms are just really tired at this point. I'm not sure if it's just because my locks are maturing or what it is, but I don't experience that much shrinkage. My first retwist, my locks did not touch my shoulders. Like how you see it here, they were dangling just beneath my chin. I'm not really too sure why or how, but here we are. sometimes I do use two clips. I mean, sometimes I do use one clip for 2 locks. I just don't have that much space on my head, and it's easier. But I do recommend trying to do 1-to-1 just to make sure that you're clipping it nicely. In the front here is the only time I really use a comb to straighten out my parts. But I'm not even doing the most. I just straight-ish, you know. And especially because the hairs are kind of unraveled, I just want to make sure they're in their respective sections. I'm debating if I should combine these. Ultimately, I decided against it. Looking at the size of my locks, if I combined it, I feel like that one would be a little bit too thick. I don't know, we'll see in the future, but for now, I decided against it. We're almost done. The last, 4 or 5 locks. Same process. And I do them all going back. For some reason, I can't get the front as crisp and sleek, but it will do. And we are all twisted up. I don't usually do this, but it was my birthday on the 17th, so I want to look a little more polished, a little cute, you know what I'm saying? We just swoop the edges back a little bit, you know. This is actually the first time I've done my edges since I've been locked. I'm not too sure why I've abandoned it. But yeah, I'm not really too pressed. As you can see, it is 2:30 in the morning. This takes me forever. But we're at the end and we're not complaining. Tie it up and we're gonna blow dry it until it's dry. My hair was mostly dry. I feel like the blow drying kind of just solidifies all the hard work I put in. Probably didn't have to do it, especially since I will be sleeping, or I did sleep with the clips overnight. But it's just habit at this point. And we're gonna do it on a low heat. Probably maybe like 10-15 minutes. And then we put the bonnet on and go to bed. Sleeping with the clips actually did not hurt. I think it was because I had so many of them, it just felt like I had a helmet on. When I'm taking out the clips, I want to start in the front and work my way back. Because if I take out a clip and there's a clip on top of it, I could potentially snag and break my hair, which I have done, which is the only reason I know this, but a word of advice. We're done for the most part. I mean, I'm just styling it how I see fit, a little side part action. Sometimes I wear my hair straight back off the fresh retwist, but it was my birthday and I was feeling cute.
Let this love make you. I tell this shit to fuck up. How about the best? We can still be together. Don't let this love make you blind.